I would now yield time to the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Hunt.
The fundamental question that we must answer today is America worth preserving? I, of course, think it is. I think this is the greatest country in the world. I love this country. I'm a veteran, served in combat, and I'm a United States congressman. I think this is by far the greatest country in the world. But if the United States is a country worth preserving, then I think we must protect the integrity of our elections and do everything in our power to do just that. I am shocked that the SAVE Act, which has already passed the House in a bipartisan fashion, is even controversial to many Democrats. I mean, they are the ones that constantly are shouting about preserving democracy. And safeguarding our elections is the bedrock of our democracy. It's something that both sides should easily support and agree upon. They say that non-citizens voting in an election is not a real issue, or if some non-citizens are registered to vote, it's not a significant amount to make a difference. Well, in my home state of Texas, we just removed thousands of non-citizens from voter rolls. And in some of these recently hotly contested elections, that amount could even be enough to swing an entire election, especially this year. Undermining the integrity of elections is not an oversight, it's a threat to democracy. And for all of those, this is about democracy. For all of us, this should be about democracy. I think it's time that we, as a body, acknowledge that threat. Now, Democrats on the left aren't just focused on replacing American voters, they are focused on replacing American jobs as well. Under the Biden-Harris administration, jobs in foreign-born workers are significantly increasing, while jobs for native-born workers are declining. Critics say that these illegal immigrants are needed because they will do the jobs that Americans won't do. And what they fail to say is that Americans won't do the jobs when Biden inflation is outpacing their wages. And fixing the illegal immigration problem will help American workers. I fixed a problem for you. The immigration problem is not a minimum wage issue. It hasn't always been the case, but in recent years, the left has decided to slowly erode everything that we'd hold dear as a country. They want to erode our culture, our history, our patriotism, and lastly, our vote. Do you remember during the George Floyd riots when the left wanted to reimagine policing? Now, the left wants to reimagine voting so that everyone, regardless of their citizenship, can choose our next president. That's not the American way. The left wants to reimagine everything that makes America special. They even want to reimagine our Constitution. One example is a recent New York Times article, and the title speaks to itself. The Constitution is sacred. It is also dangerous. One of the biggest threats to American politics might be the country's founding documents, said the author. Now, I'm sitting here right now, and I gotta tell y'all, I'm Black, and I'm a veteran. I have 6 forms of government ID, 6. I've been Black for my whole life. I've been a veteran since 2000 when I was at West Point. The insinuation that Black and brown people cannot get an ID to vote like every other citizen, regardless of your race, religion, color, or creed, is insulting. I actually refer to this as the soft bigotry of low expectations. We, as all Americans, should want free and fair elections. We aren't making it more difficult for people to get an ID to vote. I have an 18-month-old little boy. Do you know the first thing that he got when he was born that I had to sign for? A birth certificate. So the idea of this costing thousands of dollars and it's all of a sudden onerous and burdensome on Hispanic people and Black people like me is absurd. I have a very large family. My mom has 8 brothers and sisters. Every last Black person that I know in my life, which is quite a few, every last one of them has a government ID. It would be insulting to talk to my family and say to them, you know what, sorry, y'all, you're Black and it's just, so hard for you to get an ID like all the white people. That's absurd. And we as a country have got to reject this farce. I speak so strongly against this because I view myself as an American first. I am a veteran. I am a husband. I am a congressman. I'm someone that served this country. I'm an educated Black man. And somewhere down the line, I am Black and I am proud, and I understand that. But what I never want to do is marginalize a single group in this country by saying that you weren't good enough to get an ID, because my 18-month-old has an ID. we as a country have got to clean up our roles to ensure that we have free and fair elections, regardless of your race, religion, color, or creed. And that's why I reject the assertion that we, no matter what color you are, cannot reach that very low bar of having a government ID to figure out how to vote for the leadership and the future of this country. And with that, I yield back. Thank you.